Welcome to Admin the Analog, episode 87. This week, we're talking about mashups, hypothetical combinations of board games that we love.
Hello and welcome to Adamantly Analog, the only board gaming podcast brave enough to put peanut butter and jelly together on a sandwich.
No one's ever done it before.
I'm your host, Harrison Dunn.
And I'm your host, Corey Murphy. And I would go as far as to put peanut butter and honey on a sandwich. Have you tried it?
Oh, I would put peanut butter and jelly and a slice of cheddar cheese.
What?
Mash it up.
A slice of cheddar cheese. At least it said cheddar, though, not
So
American.
Yeah. No, you
Those
get
are
a nice
gross.
little sharp little bite in there, a little chewiness. It's weird, but it's delicious. And I just put that out in the world. Yep.
You're serious, huh?
No, I'm 100% serious.
Okay.
I don't do it often, but like I don't eat peanut butter and jelly often.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try this.
There you go. So yeah, hey, we're gonna talk about smashing some games up today. Mashup games. So let's talk about like just combining games that we like, either combining game worlds or game mechanics or something together, just to have some fun with it. I'm excited to talk about these. We got some real good ones. Your entire list made me groan, Corey. So I'm excited.
Let me explain them when we get there, okay? I got strong feelings on these.
Yeah, I'm yes. But what you been playing? Have you been playing any new games that you want to shout out or talk about?
Well, I finally got to play that double match game that you've been talking about. I think that was like one of your most played games last year. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it on BGA or something, or you just in real life you play it?
In real life, yeah.
Wow.
Lauren and I like it. It's pretty quick to play, 2-player.
Nice.
Yeah, she enjoys it.
Cool. Yeah, we played it at Midwinter Gaming Convention, and then it was actually one of the play to wins, and my friend Anthony won 2 copies of it. Well, Anthony and his partner won a copy, both of them. I think we might have been the only people to play them. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's a simple idea. It's like a little 3x3 grid of cards numbered 1 through 5, and they're different colors. And on your turn, you can play as many of them that you can fit into sequences, either horizontally or vertically, like numeric sequences, or all the same number, or all the same color, right?
Yep. 1 through 6 though.
1 through 6. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And then when you run out of cards, you win, right? It's like that easy.
Yep.
It's kind of bizarre. You get dealt what, 12 cards when the game starts, and you have your own little deck kind of thing. And at the end of a turn, you're drawing 4. I think it's really just to pace you so someone doesn't go out on the first turn. But it is kind of odd that that's how it works. I don't know. Maybe it's 10 cards, whatever it is. It's like a very small deck.
Yeah, you got 12 and 3 hands of 4.
Yeah. So then the main supply of cards is like left in the middle of the table for you to draw when you can't make a play. There's this mechanic where you have to draw like a replacement card. But yeah, really simple game. It's satisfying. I think most exciting about it was that it gave me ideas for other game designs. I like the concept of having this little like sequence grid sort of miniature Sudoku kind of style game going on. And I think there's some space to play with there where we can iterate on this idea.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could just like, hey, play a card and then activate the row or column of actions that you just changed, right?
Yeah.
Like right there. That's game design, baby.
Yeah, baby. So yeah, anyway, that's double match, and that's a brand new game, isn't it? 2025 at least.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see, a little card game. 2025. Yep, from the one with the beaver on it. Oh, it's Marmot. It's a Marmot. Marmot card games.
Yeah, Marmot. It's the same guys that did Panda Royale, the Last Night games. It's one of their imprints. So those two brothers just keep making games. I can't wait to see them again at conventions this year and catch up and see what else they got brewing.
How about you?
Well, I had a chance to try well, I thought it was newer, but I guess Australis actually came out in 2024, a Cosmos game. And it's just a lighter dice drafting game about turtles, and it's actually just about turtles. So you are drafting from this set of dice. You get, I think it's 3 or 4 dice each round, and the different dice correspond to different abilities. Like the blue one moves your turtle along this current track The further along the current, the uh, better you do in like tiebreakers, and then you score more regular points. One of them just collects fish. One of them places little coral bits out in these area majority sections. Um, and so you're just kind of drafting dice and working towards various goals. But at the end of each round of 5 rounds, uh, each of the dice that you've drafted then is used in a like dice combat mechanic where you're doing a survival of the fittest thing a- against the other turtles. So half the dice have icons on them, like there's one that gets you cards or one that gets you fish, and you don't roll those, but the other ones have numerical values on them that range from like it's like 2 to 7, 3 to 8, something like that. And so you then roll these dice off, and everyone at the same rolls at the same time at the table, and then whatever the lowest value roll amongst all those dice is, those dice are chucked out of the roll, and you just keep doing that until only one player is left. Um,
Oh, I see. That's
yeah,
clever.
it was just like a dumb little dice mini game at the end, but now anytime you're drafting dice, you're thinking, okay, do I want to work towards this objective, or do I want to get this other one, which is going to help me in the combat at the very end? Um,
Hmm.
it was a very weird system to have in a like naturey game about turtles. Um, but it was really satisfying. It was a nice little end to the end of each round. Yeah, I super enjoyed it. It was neat and very pretty.
That is bizarre. I heard someone talking about their favorite games of the last year. I thought this was last year, but now you say it's 2024. I'm confused. But it's Cosmos. Maybe it just came into America in 2025. I don't know.
Yeah, that might have been it. It might have been a US release last year.
Okay.
So the designers on this one are Leo Colvini and Alessandro Zucchini. I don't recognize those names as much, but I'm looking at like uh
Toy Battle.
oh yeah, Alessandro Zucchini is Toy Battle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one of the newer ones, and that's been pretty popular, two-player game.
Yeah.
And then Cartagena and Clans Incognito with a K for Leo. And I don't know that one as well, but
Yeah.
yeah, I it was a cool game. I would definitely play it if you get a chance. It's Australis from Cosmo. It's
Sweet.
like Australia with an S instead of an A.
Yeah. I was like combat. But this is not really combat in the traditional sense, is it?
I You're comparing dice values, and it's supposed to be like the different species of turtles fighting for supremacy, I think. Sort
Yeah.
of.
Okay. All
Because
right.
there's
I
like
get.
trophies for it too. Yeah, it was neat.
Okay. Cool.
Whether or not it was combat.
It's dice.
It was dice. All right, let's head on to that topic. Today's topic, we have games and game worlds we want to smash together or mash together. It's like Smash Up, except we're not limited by whatever licenses or things that we can get a hold of. We're just going for it. So the first player rule here, I smashed up two different first player rules. The youngest and tallest player goes first. So this is a mashup of most games that use the youngest player, and then also the Dragon's Tomb videos all use the tallest player goes first. So who's the youngest and tallest?
I think that's me.
Okay, you're probably right. All right, why don't you lead us off, Corey?
All right, man. Well, here's my first head scratcher for you, so bear with me. Now, all actually two of these three games are these design spaces that I've been like toying with in my own board game design, and I probably have a folder started for both of them already. So
Oh,
they look crazy, but hear me out, okay? The first one
okay.
is called well, I didn't realize we were supposed to come up with a name. Let me just first say that. So these are very last minute thoughts here. Scrabbledeep. Yeah, it's lame, but it's a combination of Lords of Waterdeep and Scrabble. And how could that happen, you might ask? Well, go with me here. Um, Lords of Waterdeep is my representation for like the most generic like worker placement style game. And it's got some intricacy to it. It's a great game. I'm not talking any shade to it, but this is just representing worker placement, right? Scrabble is here to represent using letter tiles to craft words. So I have this kind of idea here that if you combine these two thoughts, you get some kind of like worker placement game where the resources you're collecting are different kinds of letters, either vowels or consonants, or maybe there's a separate category for Q's, Y's, and W's, whatever. And then you're building words that score like Scrabble by doing so. So it's kind of like the interactive part of it is like first in to get the letters that you need the most, or maybe banking value letters for later, and then crafting the words on the board. It's a very slow pace construction of a word, which I think is a good way to fight the long turns that go on in Scrabble while someone's thinking through all of the possibilities in their brain. Um, but I don't know. It just might be weird enough to work. What do you think?
I I thought you were going to go the opposite direction. I thought you were going to say that your workers that you place are letters, like
Oh,
specifically vowels, and then you're
yeah,
completing different words. So like that's just a T blank N on the board, and then you could make it tan or ten or tin or ton,
I like
depending on
that. Yeah,
which
that's cool too.
which vowel agent you put in there.
Yeah, we're gonna call that game YMCA, and your workers are doing one of the moves in the dance.
Yeah, there you go. Complete with full uh, Awaken Realms giant Kickstarter like
Yes, yeah.
miniatures sculpts.
Yeah. I don't know,
See if we
is
get
it
the
do you
village people on with that.
Yeah. This is a very loose idea for a game, but I think that the concept of like maybe printing words or something like thematically could apply to this. I don't know if you're like maybe trying to create the dictionary in this case or print the dictionary, but you're collecting the letters, and then once you have enough letters to spell a word, then you can take another action to print them and score them. That's kind of my thought, but I don't know. Sounds interesting enough to try out.
Yeah, there you go. Hmm. I I like the name Scrabbledeep. Not gonna lie, it sounds pretty silly, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm on board.
All right. What do you got?
So my first pick is what inspired me to suggest this topic in the first place, or why I was excited to go into it, because this is a game mashup, a game with a different theme that was like tossed around by fans of one of the games for a while. And so I want to combine Clank, a deck building adventure, with Arkham Horror, any of them really, and you get Clank-thulhu, a sanity twisting misadventure. You think about
Yeah.
Clank, you can do your Clank, your little cubes. You know, if you're playing regular Clank, you're making noise and trying not to attract the attention of a dragon. What if Clank is your sanity and you're trying not to draw the attention from an elder god before you go mad? You got a map or a board that you can be instead of exploring deeper into a dungeon, you're researching deeper and deeper into the occult. Um, but the reason I specifically paired it with Arkham Horror, the card game, which I've not actually played, but I like the idea of frequently released like scenario packs or different mix and match ways to play the game. You know, Clank has a bunch of different content for it right now, but you could easily apply that for all the Lovecraft stuff that's out there. Uh, yeah. What do you think, Corey? You on board?
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it's a natural fit. I think the idea of Clank being a system that can be like taken to different branded IPs, that seems like a really easy stepping off point for a whole bunch of different mashups.
Yeah, yeah. So smash it up. I really wanted to pick a bunch of different things, and I almost ditched Arkham Horror because I technically haven't played it. But I know you're a fan. You could back me up, and uh, it was fun. I like the name Clank-thulhu.
Well, yeah, Arkham Horror is I mean, it's a pretty generic card game in the sense that like all of the Arkham Horror style games by Fantasy Flight are kind of the same idea. You know, it just like uses those mechanics on cards rather than using dice. But so if you played one, you have a sense of what they all do. Some might take offense to that, but
Well, it was like you and John, I think, taught me how to play like one of the full Arkham Horror board game like
yeah,
years and years ago. We played that at my old apartment, and uh, that was a lot. But
yeah.
I think I would like that a lot better now.
Which I still have, by the way.
Oh,
So if ever you want to bust that out again, I can't get rid of it. It's like it's got such a like soft spot in my heart for being like one of those first big epic game night games I ever had. But also,
I
no
thought
one
you were
wants
gonna
to buy
say
it.
you can't get rid of it because it's cursed. If you try to throw it into the trash
Yeah,
bin, it appears back on your shelf.
yeah. Then I'm stuck in the Arkham Horror board game until it's uncovered at a construction site next to someone's mom's work, and they bring
Yep.
it home to play game with friends. And all of a sudden, I'm released back into the world.
Yeah, but at least you get to see Robin Williams.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Glad you caught that.
So that's my first pick is mashup of Clank and Arkham Horror in Clank-thulhu.
Nice. All right, my second one. This is not one that I've actually started as a design. This just came to me as I was preparing these show notes. Between Two Carcassonne, you can only imagine what's going on here. You got Between Two Cities, which the core concept is that you play with multiple players and you are drafting two tiles at once and deciding between the player on your right and the player on your left which tile will go into the mutually constructed city between you. So that's fun, right? At the end of the game, you score based on the lowest of your two possible cities, and
Mhm.
that's your player score. So you have to collaborate while you're also being competitive at the same time, and it works out beautifully. I think it's a really great idea. Okay, check this out. This is an easy one. Carcassonne. You draft tiles in the same way, but they're Carcassonne tiles. Ah, okay,
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So this solves the problem of like taking a tile randomly off the top of the stack and then just having to play that tile regardless of if it matters at all to you. And we talked about this recently because you had a house rule about that. But here's another house rule. Play it between two cities style, baby. Easy.
So
Free
you
money.
just for each player at the table, you also need a full copy of Carcassonne because you're going to be playing a full game of Carcassonne between the two. Because
Yeah,
you
kind
do
of.
you have a set of workers for each one too?
Sure, yeah. I think that's how
Yeah.
that's gonna work. You're probably gonna have your workers and your opponent's workers placed on the mutual city that you make, but I don't know how you settle who goes first. I haven't thought it all through yet, Harrison, okay?
Oh, man. That's wild. Yeah. Yeah, that's all you would need a ton of table space.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like it.
Carcassonne players already understand what they're in for because most people bring like all the expansions at once, right? And they just play the 3 hour epic game mode.
Yep. Just
I
do
don't
it
know. It
twice.
could
Same
it could
time.
just it could be purely cooperative in each of those cities that you build because the the interactive element of it is just like the first one to be like laying in the field gets to score the field. I know
Right.
the fun of the game is like kind of tricking your workers into that same field or tricking more workers in that same field or stealing someone's city or something weird, but I don't know. The concept of Carcassonne could be applied to the concept of between two cities, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay, here's the super epic version of that game. You start off playing like that, but you play on a designated grid, and then at some point, if two of your cities ever reach the middle of the table, they become one game in one
Ooh,
Carcassonne game.
I love it. I hope you lined them up properly when you started playing then.
Yeah, you have to play on a giant piece of graph paper.
All right. I don't know. This one's a little half baked, but we're gonna go with it anyway.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Between two Carcassonne.
Okay, my second one is I'm calling it King of the Factory. So you get King of Tokyo, right? The Richard
Yeah.
Garfield game where you're
Yeah.
playing like a giant monster and trying to play King of the Hill with Yahtzee style dice. And then in the middle of the map in Stonemaier Games Scythe is the factory. So I want a either I could take this one of two ways. Either I want giant monsters threatening to fight each other in that like grim alt version of 1920s Europa, basically kaiju's in Scythe,
Uh,
right? I think we could do that. I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's what we should have gotten instead of expeditions, but
Yeah.
that's a different story. Or we could do it as Yahtzee style rolling with big cardboard cutouts of mech figures, and just have it be like a super weird, relaxed take on Scythe, like My Little Scythe 2 or something. So you're rolling dice to get different resources, and then rolling dice for combat and rolling dice for exploration, something like that, right?
Yeah. No, I can
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, that works. Yeah.
I definitely looked over at my shelf while preparing this one, thinking, I think there's something in there for side. There's some mechanics that are unique to that game that could go and be used in other games. Particularly the way that you score the stars, like the first one to achieve the
Uh huh.
different elements gets to put the star up there. Or not the first one, but anytime. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So I could see
some
that in a nice little miniature throwdown of the biggest, most ridiculous standees of all time.
absolutely. Yeah. So King of the Factory. Let's see if we can get Yellow and Jamie Stegmaier in contact and work something out.
So the factory is referenced to side because of the factory in the middle board. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, my number three. Okay, this is one I'm like seriously consider. So please don't steal my idea. Now that I'm putting it out there in the open. Flux Monopoly. The name sucks, but I'm workshopping that. While you're playing like the basic core mechanics of Monopoly, you're also adding rules to the game, such as whenever a 5 is rolled, you have to pay me $1. Or whenever someone lands on your space, you have to do this. Or it's that, things like that. Or you can only move if you roll an even number on the dice. And like chaos ensues.
I like the rule card that says your $1 bills are now worth $50.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. So the idea that I've been workshopping is having it like a two-part card. One part of the card is like a condition and the other part is like a result. So you can mix and match different things like, when you roll even, this happens. Either like you get paid out or it becomes this or, they get multiplied by 2 or something. I don't know. It's crazy, but Monopoly's crazy, so we might as well make it more random and just like let's just embrace the chaos, right?
That sounds absolutely wild, Corey.
Yeah, thanks.
How about here's a workshop name for you, Fluxxopoly.
Fluxxopoly? Okay, yeah, I was thinking about that. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
No, that's perfect. That's why.
Alright, and that to me, like, marketing-wise, that's like a Flux-themed version of Monopoly, right?
Yeah. Oh, two X's in Fluxxopoly, even better.
Oh, okay. There we go, done.
Not three X's though. That's something else.
No, that's, that's Vin Diesel at his finest.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for.
Yeah, yeah, this is a family podcast, Harrison. Jesus, Monopoly has a 4.4 on Board Game Geek, holy cow.
In complexity?
No, that's the rating.
Got him. Okay, I'm gonna take us home with our third and final pick here, Corey. And this one, I was so proud of myself when I thought of it. We got Let's Go to Japan. We're getting Let's Go to France. How about Let's Go to Mechatol Rex?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So this is a mashup of Let's Go to Japan and Twilight Imperium. Twilight Imperium, the big 8 hour giant game of space politics, 4X space game. And I just picked the fourth edition because it's easier to talk about. Maybe more people have played it more recently. But the whole big objective in that is like the seat of power in the universe in the galaxy is called Megatol Rex. So let's do a let's go game in a fictional setting, not in the real world, where you're planning your route on how you're going to get to the throne and then claim it. And if we really want to be true to the spirit of both games, I think Let's Go to Mechatol Rex takes about 4 hours to play and then another 4 hours to score.
Yeah. That seems like it would be a good fit. Twilight Imperium players would be happy with that.
Yeah, right, right. I admit, no, actually, I think no one would be happy with that. 4
I'm
hours to
trying.
score a game.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine how the politics play into this. Like, why you would benefit from having an alliance with another player, which seems to be kind of a crucial part of Twilight Imperium. I don't think we can shoehorn that part in there unless you got a clever idea. But if we're all planning our own trips, maybe we're like, oh, let's save money on bulk purchases, right? We can share
Yep.
a flight.
You play your location cards, you draft location cards face up of where you're going, but you draft what you're doing at that location face down. So you can, yes, I'm going to this planet and agreeing to do trade. Are you going to go to
Oh,
that planet and do trade at the same time? Haha, I chose ambush. And
nice.
that's
Yeah.
that's why it takes 4 hours to score because you have to resolve all those.
Have you played Twilight Imperium?
Uh, I think so. It was a really long time ago before I started tracking my plays.
I was gonna
Um,
say, it seems like you would know.
I've played the Twilight Inscription, the roll and write that
Oh yeah, yeah.
feels like it, and I've played Eclipse a couple times, which I know is not the same game, but they're both giant 4X space games. So yeah,
Gotcha.
I think I have. It's just been a very
Okay.
long time.
Yeah.
So that's my final pick. Let's go to Mechatol Rex.
All right, we got quite a line of board games here.
Yeah, this got a little weird. Do you want me to recap or do you want to do it?
Let's go back and forth here. I don't think it's
All
gonna be very
right.
helpful for us to read these made up names, but we'll do it anyway. My first pick is Scrabbledeep.
You can say what it's a combination of.
Oh, Lords of Waterdeep and Scrabble.
I picked Clank-thulhu, a Sanity-Twisting Misadventure, which is, of course, a mashup between Clank, a deck-building adventure, and Arkham Horror, the card game.
All right, I got Between Two Carcassonne, Between Two Cities and Carcassonne.
I got King of the Factory, or alternately, we could call it King of 1920 Plus. I think that's what they call the universe. Mashup of King of Tokyo and Scythe.
And then my last one is Fluxxopoly, Monopoly and Flux.
Let's Go to Mechatol Rex is my final pick. The Let's Go to Japan and Twilight Imperium mashup that everyone wants and nobody asked for.
Yeah. Nice. Well, they did kind of hit a home run with that Roll and Write one that you just mentioned, Twilight Inscription. And when that came out, I thought that was an insane mashup of games. So they could probably pull it off.
Corey, that's the end of another episode. What you been doing besides playing board games? You got any cool video
Mm,
games or movies or anything else to shout out?
Nothing really. Sorry, I wish I could say that I had this like really vibrant lifestyle since we last talked, but that would be a lie. I do have off tomorrow, more or less, because it's a cold day here in Wisconsin. I got to work from home, so I got plenty to do there. But I'll be sleeping in a little bit. Got that going for me because it's negative 38 degrees here, wind chill.
Oh geez, yeah. No, it's real cold. All the schools in Madison have off too. So is it the whole state?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, stay warm, everybody, if you're listening to this, and hopefully you didn't freeze. Uh, what have I been doing? We're rewatching Orphan Black. Did I tell you that? Have you watched
Oh
Orphan
no,
Black yet?
I watched like a couple episodes, but yeah, that show's good.
Oh man, that's incredible. If it's BBC Canada, I think was the original broadcaster or studio behind it.
Mm.
But light sci-fi-ish drama about about human cloning, and one woman, Tatiana Maslany, plays clones of herself, and it's just phenomenal. And like every time I watch this, you just pick up on all the different things that she does to portray these different characters. And at this point, it's like we can tell which character she is just by the way she holds her face and holds her posture.
Oh,
Um,
that's nice.
and then it gets even crazier when they start doing like one clone pretending to be the other clone, and you can tell it's a different character pretending to be one of the other characters, and it's all the same woman. And it's mind blowing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's super. It's incredible. Great show. Great supporting cast too. Lots of fun. So if you haven't checked that one out, it is out there to check out. I think it's all on Netflix right now too. I know it's
Nice.
disappeared at some point and then it came back, but yeah, it is excellent show. Um, yeah, go watch it.
Well, that's a Canadian show, so isn't it Orphan Black?
No, no, I don't think so. Uh,
They do their O's differently over there. That's all I'm saying.
uh, sure. I didn't notice, but maybe I'm not paying attention well enough. Who knows?
All right, cool. Well, that's a good recommendation. Usually, when you say things on this podcast, I go and I do them. So, yeah. Speaking of, I did play the demo of that game you recommended last week. I've only
Yeah,
got the demo so
Starvaders.
far. Yeah, Starvaders. That game's sweet. So, I should do that right now. Actually, I'm gonna get off this podcast and go play Starvaders.
There you go. That sounds like
Forgot
a good
about
way
that.
to work from home.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's tomorrow. I will be working. Just putting that out there. So in case any of my colleagues hear this, they know I'm not skipping out.
Yeah.
Plenty to do.
Well, what do we got next week, Corey?
Oh, what do we got next week? We are going to be talking about board games, and we're going to be specifically talking
Oh,
about
really?
what are we doing? Pub trivia. Oh yeah, it's the pub trivia episode. Okay, so I had this idea. I've been listening to the pub trivia group podcast on Facebook or on my podcast app. Shout out to them. It's our favorite road trip activity. So we're gonna do a board game style pub trivia game next week, and Harrison is gonna be my subject, but we'll pause for some time so that people at home can answer on their own. You know, we'll give you a chance to just shout the answers to the phone while Harrison just thinks and then comes up with some crazy answer that you're like, well, that's way out of left field.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Uh,
struggle. I can't wait.
yeah. And yeah, so that's the plan. The idea is to do them in different types of games, maybe like connections. Maybe we'll do like an acrostic. I'm basically stealing the ideas from the Pub Trivia Group podcast, so I'll credit him to the best of my ability when we do that. But he's got some really clever games to play, so I look forward to trying that. It's all gonna be about board games. Woo!
Yeah, we love those board games.
Yeah, fun times. All right, we'll see you then.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening. Stay
Bye.
warm. Bye.
Adam and the Analog is Corey Murphy and Harrison Dunn. Original themes and bumper music by Corey Murphy. Reach us at adamandtheanalog@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.